Eric Wilson.
Hey, Coach. Good evening to you, sir.
Hey, Eric.
As well as what can be expected. I have to ask you, have you seen what the NBA has done this evening? Do you know if the WNBA has plans to do anything of the same?
Well, I just got word that Atlanta's not playing tonight. Atlanta Dream aren't playing tonight. They didn't feel comfortable playing. So we're getting word as we know it because the games were supposed to start here pretty soon. So, that's as much news as I know. We just finished the team meeting ourselves where we just talked about more basketball things so this was news for us after the meeting that the NBA wasn't playing as well. So this is all. I haven't had a chance to digest anything, so I'm just getting my mind around it.
Okay. Along the lines of basketball, then let me ask you, after looking at the tape from New York, what areas outside of defense do you feel the team needs to work on to be successful tomorrow night, should you play against Indiana?
That's it. Defensively was the main focus. I think offensively we scored 99 points, and I think if we were more disruptive, we were supposed to score more than that. But we have to be disruptive, and we have to beat them to their spots. But honestly, seriously, it's kind of hard to think about basketball with all this stuff going on and thinking about basketball not being played and appreciating, what the players are doing to trying to show a sense of urgency. So it's hard for me to kind of think about it. I know that's my job to do, but this is, you guys are catching me like so fresh that I have to think about basketball and think about, everything that's going on right now and Jacob Blake being so fresh and I guess with the young white male, Caucasian male killing two people and being let go by the police. All this stuff is like pretty fresh. The video footage is really like amazing when they show. I don't know the young man's name. I think his name is Kyler. They show him conversing with the police and how they said how much they appreciate him and appreciate what they're doing. This guy's not even from Wisconsin. He's 17 years old. He's not legally allowed to carry one of those long rifles. And the police are giving him water and telling him how much they appreciate him. And he's able to kill two people, have his hands up and walk right past them, and they just keep on driving. And he has a long rifle that he's used, and Jacob Blake has his kids in the car. Now, understand this. You have 3 kids in the back seat, 3 of his kids. What kind of trauma do you think that's going to cause somebody like them? They have to grow up understanding that their dad was shot and, in front of them. And that's I don't know the words. I'm getting lost on the words, but it's like, I'm sorry, man.
Coach, listen, I totally understand where you
post-traumatic stress.
Yeah.
Post-traumatic stress for kids. And for me, it's tough. It's tough.
And Coach, I understand exactly where you're coming from. Like you have a job to do, as do I, and it's very difficult to speak on basketball at this time. I just know that it's something that has to be done. But I appreciate you speaking your mind, because we need more, as I've said to you before, we need more James Wades in our life. And I know you don't value, or you don't see yourself as a hero or somebody like that, but you have made an impact. If to no one else, you've made an impact to me, and I need you to know that. But I thank you for your time tonight.
I appreciate it, Eric. I appreciate it.
Cheryl Race-Out.
James, I know this is all happening quickly. As it sinks in, tonight, the Milwaukee Brewers, they've also forfeited their games. Some other teams are thinking of doing that in baseball. Jason Hayward is sitting out the Cubs game tonight. Do you think at some point the WNBA will gather, will make a decision of possibly postponing? And do you want them to do that?
I'm not sure what they will do. I'm in support of whatever the players will do, want to do. My support is always going to be till I can't not support what they decide to do because they're actually speaking for someone like me. I never thought I was a special person growing up, and I don't think I'm a special person now. And I would always classify myself as a person, a voiceless person, because I know how valued my life really is in society, especially in this society. And so they're actually speaking for me. So whatever they decide to do, I'm going to support. Everybody has their stories, and I have mine. And this is a tough day. When you get away from George Floyd, you get away from Breonna Taylor, the sting is always going to be there. Like the sting, so those wounds are always going to be there. And Jacob Blake just reopened those wounds even more. And it's just a tough thing to fathom that you have people working against you to kind of silence you, to say it's no big deal, or to justify it saying, hey, if he would have did this better. Nothing justifies getting shot back in the back 7 times. Nothing. And I was just talking to another journalist, and I always use this illustration. If Jacob Blake was a dog and the police were to shoot him 7 times in the same spot, we would have a lot more people up in arms. So what does that tell you about my value?
Yeah. Thank you very much. I know this is rough. It's very raw, but appreciate you speaking out too. Thank you.
Thanks.
James K.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us today, despite these circumstances. I was just curious if you've had a chance to talk with the team about this, or if you could give us an update about how they're dealing with all of this right now.
So we haven't talked specifically about James Blake. I mean, Jacob Blake, I'm sorry. We haven't talked specifically about Jacob Blake. Today's meeting was purely basketball based, and I didn't know anything about a player sitting out. Now we have talked about other things as we've been in this bubble, but this is a continuous situation, and so we've talked about they have the Black National Convention that's coming up soon. And in a couple of days, and I've talked to some people from Movement for Black Lives, and I've tried to organize some things with Gabby. So we've talked about different things, but we haven't talked about this specific situation.
Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
All right, if you have a question for James, you can raise your hand. Jake Meister.
Oh, sorry, Kelly. I'm okay. I'm on my phone, so just listening in. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, we're going to wrap early. I see a lot of you are on here, but if you want to ask James a question, other than that, he'll be back tomorrow if we play, and if not, we'll go from there. All right, thank you, James.
All right, thank you, guys.